All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do one more problem. And I'm going to help you a little bit less on this one, but I'm still going to help you get set up. So we have two of my favorite cartoon characters, Tweety Bird and Sylvester the Cat. We are going to figure out who runs faster in feet per second. Now, Tweety is up here first, but I actually really just want to take a look at Sylvester because when you see an equation like this, it's really easy to tell what the rate is. Previously I said if you had an equation like, y equals 8x or something, I said, whatever number is in front of the x, this is the slope or the rate of change. Same thing. Now, Sylvester down here, though, it's written a little different. It's not in like y equals mx plus b. It's in the form d equals 8.4t. But still, in this format, in this case, they're using a t instead of x, but it really does not matter. The number in front of the t is the rate of change. What this means is his distance is 8.4 times the number of seconds in time. So like after 1 second, he will have gone 8.4 feet. After 2 seconds, he will have gone 16.8 feet. Basically, to find his distance, you just multiply the time by 8.4 because he runs 8.4 feet every second. This number here in front of the t in this case is the slope, or this is Sylvester's rate of change. He runs 8.4 feet per second. Now, Tweety is a little bit more complicated to figure out, but not that bad. We have a table here, so we're going to pick 2 points. Let's pick this point and this point. So for Tweety, we have 2 points, 2 comma 14 and 9 comma 63. So we're going to label those x1, y1, x2, y2. And that's pretty much all I'm going to do for you guys on this one. I will write out the equation again. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. But I'm going to leave it here because now it's your job to figure out what are y2 and y1. You plug those in on top, y2 minus y1, and then x2 minus x1 on the bottom. All right, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it for today. So there's going to be a Google form posted. It's going to be these questions. All you have to do is finish them. All right, good luck, guys. Have a good day. Okay, so real quick, how do we do fractions in the Desmos calculator? Now I'm not going to do the problem about Brian and Zazie, so you guys have to finish that one on your own. I'm just going to show you how you could do fractions in the calculator. So right over here, there's this button, A over B, and let's do a fraction that has decimals in it. So like, let's imagine on the top we had 101.75 minus 50.5. You can really just type it in just like you see it. And then let's say it was divided by 12 minus 7. And there you go. There's your answer, 1025. You could convert this to a fraction, but actually because we're dealing with money, 10.25 makes sense. If you were talking about money, that would mean you made $10.25 an hour. So I think we'll just leave our answer like that. I just want to say again, this is not the answer to the Brian and Zazie problem. You guys have to do that one on your own. But now that I've shown you how to do this, you should be able to calculate a rate of change that involves fractions on the Desmos calculator. Good morning, everyone. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be with you guys today in the class, but the great news is it's like I'm there because we're going to do some practice problems. And you're just going to answer 2 questions on a Google form to make sure that you got everything we did today. So the way I would like to do this is I'm not going to do the problems for you per se, but what I am going to do is help you get them set up and then you're going to go figure it out on your own in the calculator. Hopefully you guys will use the Desmos calculator. Okay, so we have a chart here with Brian's pay, and then a graph over here with Zazzy's pay. Zazzy? I don't know. And the question is, who earns more per hour? So let's do Brian first. And as you know, when we have a table like this, you can really pick any 2 points. Now, previously I said if the point 0, 0 is on there, you should use that point. But actually, it's not on here. So I'm going to use 3, I'm going to use 3, 4775 and 7, 106.75. So over here for Brian, I'm going to write down the 2 points I have, which are 3, 4775. Now don't worry, there's a decimal in there because the calculator is going to take care of all that. And then the second point is going to be 7, 106.75. Okay? So those are the 2 points I have for Brian. And then for Zazzy or Zazy, now this is one of those graphs where you can't really count the boxes. And the reason is the points that you're given, one reason is the points that you're given don't line up neatly on the grid lines, but then also like the scale for hours worked, like if you notice down here, hours worked goes up by like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but money earned goes up by 10, 20, 30, 40. The good news is they gave you 2 points to use, and those 2 points are 2, 33 and 4, 66. Okay, so why don't you guys, you could pause the video now and think, well, what's the next thing I should be doing here? So take a minute and think about that. What's the next thing you would do here? Hopefully you guys said, what I should do is label the points x1, y1, x2, y2, and then over here, for Zazzy, because we have to want to calculate her rate too, we're going to call the first one x1, y1, and the second one x2, y2. Okay? Give me 1 second. Okay. So let's plug into our slope equation, which we all know is y2 minus y1, remember the y's go on top, over x2 minus x1. So for Brian, y2 and y1 is 106.75 minus 47.75. And then on the bottom, it's going to be x2 minus x1, which is 7 minus 4. And then for Zazzy or Zazy, we're going to do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I'm not going to do this problem for you, but what I am going to do is I will show you over in the Desmos calculator how you could do a problem like this.